6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel like it.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it feels much shorter.
Time goes so fast.
You know why? Because in every place we went to, we stopped for like a week. We always start with, we want to be here for 2 or 3 days, and a week later we're like, oh, maybe we should. Okay, if I have to say what my favorite thing of the entire 6 weeks was, it must be the hike from Mestia to Ushguli.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was lovely.
It.
So nice.
I would highly recommend it to anyone who come to Georgia.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I mean, the landscape was beautiful and it was changing every day.
Yes.
We were lucky with the weather. It was sunny most of the time. Hot, but not too hot.
And the villages also. The guest houses, every night we were staying.
Yeah.
So...
And the dinners and breakfast they prepared for us. Yeah, it was a beautiful experience.
And the trails were very well marked, actually. It was pretty easy to go, as opposed to other countries we have been where, we had to find our way. So it was much, much easier. I would say in general, mountains, right? Whether it was that trek, also other walks we have done in other areas of Caucasus, have been really a true highlight of this.
Yeah.
Very nice. I love the Kakheti region, the wine region. It's very nice. I mean, not only because of the wine, but it's very green, very nice traditional houses. And one particular area of the Kakheti is the Panchisi Valley.
I love the Panchisi Valley.
Our last week in Georgia. I mean, it's really off the beaten track. I mean, there is not much tourist here, but it's very peaceful. It was just nice to see the local community here of Chechens that moved from Russia during the war. There was not really a particular site in it, but just the whole experience, the pace of life there.
Yeah, it was really relaxing.
Very different, yes.
Yeah, I agree. I love Panchisi Valley. But my one is a bit different, a bit of a different atmosphere. Chaltubo. I mean, for me it was like so much fun. It was the perfect playground. I've never seen a place like it. It was so unique. Everything was different. I mean, the building where our flat was looked like an abandoned building, and then there were beautiful flats, and at least our flat was quite modern. I don't know about the others. And then there were so many abandoned buildings that you could go and explore. Yeah, it's a shame that I think it's gonna change in the next few years. I don't know how long it's gonna.
Although you need to consider it's like that because he had a troubled history, right? I mean,
the history is not happy. But it was fun for me.
It's very interesting to see, I must say. Yes.
I have to be honest. I had pretty low expectation of Georgian food. Just because once I went to a Georgian restaurant in London and I didn't like it at all. So... I mean, you like every kind of food, so that didn't surprise me. I had low expectation, and I couldn't be more wrong. I mean, I love Georgian food. What I love the most is that they use lots of vegetables in their dishes. So there are lots of vegetarian and vegan dishes, which I didn't expect at all. I'm not vegetarian or vegan, but I still appreciate my veggie. So I love how they use beans in lots of dishes. I love lubiani, the bean-filled bread, and with the same kind of beans, the red kidney beans, they also make a lovely, rich, tasty stew that they normally serve with cornbread and pickled vegetables, which is delicious. And I also love how they use walnuts a lot in their dishes. I think one of my favorite is Pikali. I don't know how to pronounce.
Pikali?
Which is a vegetarian dish, a vegan dish, where they basically pick a vegetable, any vegetable they like, and they make patela, so like a cream, like a dip, and in the dip together with the vegetable they put lots and lots of garlic, lots of walnuts, lemon juice. It's so simple, refreshing, tasty, and because you can make it with I think any kind of vegetables, you can have really different flavors as well. I remember the one we had in Cialtubo.
Oh my god, yeah.
That was so good.
Talking about Cialtubo, what did they have there?
Your favorite.
My favorite. It was the Ajara and Khachapuri, right? Yeah. So Khachapuri is definitely, let's say, my favorite. So Khachapuri is bread filled with cheese and is made in very different ways, right? Depending also on the area and the region of Georgia you go. So the one I had at Magnolia was the Ajaruli Khachapuri with the egg, but also in every bakery you can stop and have one. So it was really one of my favorite stops every time. But bread in general is so good here in Georgia. Generally the dough is very similar to focaccia, right? Quite soft. So it was always a pleasure to get bread.
Yeah, especially when you get it right from the oven. It's still warm.
Sometimes too hot. But they just place in your hand without any proper bag, and it's just in your hand. You're walking home, and
your hand is getting closer to your mouth as you walk home.
Yeah, and by the time you're home, there is no bread anymore. So you go back, you buy another one. That's why most people buy every time they buy five or six.
Yeah.
Because they don't. I like really to get to know the different ethnicities here, particularly in the Caucasus area, right? There are so many ethnicities, the Svans, the Chechens that we met, and many more, right? Particularly in areas really remote, you see people having their own traditions, speaking even their own dialect. So that was really interesting to know, something I did not really expect that much.
Something I also found interesting, which I really liked, was to learn about Georgia's recent history.
Yeah.
I mean, history is always interesting. Every country we visit, we try to learn a little bit about history, but often the history feels so remote.
Yeah.
So you don't really relate to it that much. While here in Georgia, the history about the Soviet Union and what happened before and after the collapse of the Soviet Union is something that you still perceive nowadays. You still see the impact on people and on people's life. So I found it really interesting.
It's really contemporary, you can say.
It is.
Right? You feel it.
It is.
Yeah.
Even though Stalin's museum wasn't the best place to learn about,
but still interesting. Still
interesting in its own way.
In its own way, yeah. We didn't learn much.
Anything else you liked about Georgia?
Well, I was surprised by internet speed.
Oh yeah.
I mean, every place we stayed, internet was super fast, and even the mobile reception, it was very good everywhere, even in remote places on the Caucasus. It was really good. I mean, we need really fast internet because of our videos, and here was really good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have one. I want to say I have one. I have to say.
I know what it is.
Batumi.
But I disagree, actually.
I did not like anything about Batumi, really. I don't know what Georgians were thinking when they start building up this modern building, Las Vegas style.
But it's crowded, so it's evidently many people like it still.
No, I mean, if it brings tourists to Georgia and it helps the economy, I'm really happy for them, but
it's just not traditional Georgia. I mean,
it's not.
I still like it.
What do you like about it?
I don't know. I mean, it's just different. It's not a place I would spend my holiday. It was just interesting to see in a couple of days how it is. The city is growing. There are very nice buildings. It would be nice to see how it is in 10 years' time.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing I found interesting about Batumi.
What?
The contrast between the very modern, luxurious building and the local rundown buildings right next to it.
Yeah.
that was, I mean, interesting and sad to see as well, because I don't know. Actually, I would be curious to know what people who live there think about it and how they feel.
We go back and ask them. Go back and ask them.
You go and then you.
The thing, it was our first place in Georgia, so we were a bit shocked, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised when we needed some help here in Georgia from the local people, maybe our hosts. We didn't always get what we expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit of a shock for us, especially because we were coming from Turkey, where people really try the hardest to help you.
Anytime.
I think it's a different culture here, or maybe people are a bit shy of tourists, foreigners.
I found that they're a bit more shy here.
They're a bit more shy.